some of the best trips are the spontaneous ones. So what else do? You've got a full tank of diesel, it's the weekend, I've been to the gym, you head off, and that's what we do. So obviously there's a few bits I need to still do to the van, like this poncho here. This is a bit gash, isn't it? I need to get rid of that and put some like curtains in or something that isn't camo. I used to be a mechanic, so I checked all the levels, checked all my tyre pressures, everything before any sort of big journey. And I was just driving up the motorway and I decided to use the windscreen washers, and turns out the pipe is split because I was just soaking the car next to me, which isn't ideal, but it was pretty funny. Yeah, so I don't know if that's an omen or not, but yeah, so spontaneous trip. Again, it's not the most scenic, it's not the most sort of outdoor. I want to see if you can guess where I'm going. So it's somewhere I haven't been in about 9 years, and yeah, well, nearly 10 years, and it's where my journey sort of began with things. Let's see if you can guess. I don't want to give it away. And yeah, I think it's time to close the chapter on it, because it was I had some good times there and I had some really bad times there. So it'd be interesting to see it again, because I've not been up there since. So yeah, like I say, van's all ready, let's go. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me. It's quite windy and there's quite a bit of traffic, but where do you think I am? So I've given you some clues so far, and God, the sun's come out now, really nice. It's there's not much else around here, so it's very, very obvious when you are here what it is, what this place is. It's nice to see the same little shops and stuff that are still here. Not much has changed, not surprisingly, really. Now this is on the Samsung. Let's see how this compares to the iPhone, shall we? God, look at this weather. Glorious. I don't know if you can see how windy that is. So I guess I'll film this next bit in the van. So you're probably wondering, why on earth would you drive all the way to Yorkshire and go see your old army base? Well, it wasn't just for that. That was part of it. I've come just to see like the moors and stuff like that, and Yorkshire's awesome place, but I really wanted to see Catterick, because I hadn't. The last time I was here, I was in a very bad way. I was broken in, physically, mentally. I'd lost my career. I was in absolute clip state. And yeah, it was nice to come back, to be honest. I've been out walking, seen some sights. It's been nice to come back. You know how you always look at stuff with rose tinted glasses when you're looking back? Yeah, and obviously at the time I was probably, well, I really liked being here, but when you're injured, it then flips, and you either continue and want to stay if you can, or a lot of people just want to go. And to be honest, there are times when I was like, fuck this, I just want to go home. I think there is with everyone. But just so some of you can understand it a bit, I'd wanted to be in the army for years. I've been training relentlessly to get it. I got in, I smashed the training, I was doing everything I could, and then I got injured, and that just like turned it on its head, really. Going from, super fit to not being able to stand up and walk, and it just, I don't know if any of you ever had back injuries, but it was, because it's connected to everything. It was, and if you've followed my social medias and stuff, you'll know that I've rambled on about this enough, but it was so difficult to come back from. I've no shame in saying that. I remember being moved into this, like, the rehab bit, and the whole aura, if you like, was so negative. Everyone, they were broken, or they were there because they weren't doing well in training, so they got back trooped, or they, things like that. Most of it was injury. Some people were just loafing and didn't want to be there. That was the annoying thing, because I really did want to be there, and there were people that faked injuries and all sorts just to try and get out of it. Yeah, I guess for some of them it was easier to have an injury than to look like they've quit. And I think it was my dad actually asked me that, if that was the case with me, and he could just tell in my voice it was not the case. So I fought so hard to stay in, and then when I finally got my medical discharge, I remember getting the train home and just being absolutely broken, just wanting to go back. And it's mad, because if you ask anyone that's been to Catterick or whatever, or through army training, they'll probably say that was the best bit, but a lot of people would say that it was absolutely awful and they hated it, and they were just glad to get out of it, to do those weeks, whatever part of the army they're in. They do different weeks for different phases and stuff. So yeah, a lot of people hated it, and pretty much everyone I've joined with, apart from, I think there's probably a handful that I know of, those people are still in. Everyone else left. So, and it was from that point where I was at home, I was broken, I couldn't do anything, I just lost my career. I was going to miss the Afghan tour that was coming up, which I was buzzing for. Long-term plans, I was going to hopefully buy a house, rent that out, live on base still in the accommodation, and things like that. And the money I would have saved from being on tour would have had that house deposit. So from that moment, I was dead set on getting back in, and it took me it took me about 18 months to get back in. I'm surprised they let me in, to be honest, with the injuries I had. But I proved myself, you know. I'd done multiple half marathons. I'd done the fan dance with 20 kg in a very good time. I had all this stuff to show them, and yeah, it went from there. I'll carry that story on another day. I won't bore you with it all now, but yeah, but it's good to come back. It's good to come back. You know, I needed some closure, really. If they asked me to go back tomorrow, would I? Probably, yeah. Probably. I wasn't in it long enough to hate it like everyone else. Yeah. God, I caught the sun already. Yeah, so it was tough, really, and I just wanted to explain that a bit to you guys. If you've got this far in the video, fair play. Like I say, I'm not gonna cut these down much. I'm not gonna try and edit them too much. It's just gonna be raw and uncut, just so it's a bit real. You know, there's no optics, there's no falseness, really. So yeah, on to the next bit of the journey, and that is the rest of Yorkshire. Let's have a look. I'll probably only stay here till tomorrow. I've got a lot to do work-wise Monday, so yeah. But yeah, let me know in the comments and stuff below. Obviously, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments if you've ever, you know, been in the army, gone through the training, you know, what battalion you were, or whatever it was. Let me know how you found phase 1 and 2, whether it was Catterick, Purbright, Harrogate, Winchester, whatever. Yeah, let me know. It'll be interesting. So, in no way sponsored. I mean, I wish I was, but these make probably the best coffee, and one of the reasons why, that is all you need. You don't need a press, you don't need an AeroPress, cafetiere, anything like that. It's literally in a foil sealed bag. Again, not an advertisement, but if I rate something, I'll shout out about it. That's ground coffee in there. See how that goes orange? That's the heat indicator. Again, most of you have probably used these before. So let's see how this goes. Debating whether or not to use a sleeping bag or just try the quilt. We'll see. What is good, people? So, I think this bed is actually comfier than my own bed at home. So, we'll see after a night of sleeping in it. But, yeah, for now, it'll do. Lots of other touches and stuff I want to sort out, but it'll do for now. But yeah, I'll see you all in the morning. Good morning. So it's 5 o'clock. Not a bad night's sleep at all. Bit of wind. Probably would have been comfier in the sleeping bag, but hey. Sun's not up yet. It's at twilight at the moment. Let's get thawed out. Look at this. So, what are we now? It's 5:20. It's about 4 or 5 degrees out here apparently. If you can hear those birds. There's millions of them by the sounds of it. Gorgeous place to wake up to. If anyone asks why you go like wild camping or going and staying in your van, this is why. Things like this. And no, I didn't bring my tripod. I'll drive some more to a newer location, just for that sun to come up a bit more. And what a place to stumble across. So that pretty much concludes my trip to Yorkshire for now. I'm going to come back, do another video where you'll see a lot more of the sort of touristy sites. This one was just a good test of the van to see how it held up camping. Look at this. This would be a really nice place to come running. nice and windy. If you can see, let me try and turn this around. Hello. Hi guys. Yeah, I'll definitely be back.